Hey, family, what's going on? My name is Donnie Ray. Just kind of want to introduce myself to the world, kind of let y'all know what I kind of do. I'm Donnie Ray, the owner of Donnie Ray's Barbecue. Just kind of want to give a little introduction, just a little biography about myself. I am Donnie Ray Hankins Jr., born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm a father of two kids. I enjoy barbecuing and I enjoy bowling. I enjoy kind of hanging out with my folks and them and having a good time. I have a big bold personality. And I'm very serious about what I do. This barbecue thing happened a long time ago. One day I was praying, trying to figure out what you want me to do because I wanted to leave some other things alone. And God put on my mind, said barbecue. He told me to stop smoking weed and barbecue. So I stopped smoking weed, and this barbecue thing been on me for a long time. It was about 2012, I'm gonna say. I started a business called Straight Off the Block Barbecue, because where I'm from, I was straight off the block barbecuing. For 22nd and Melvine, if anybody's from Milwaukee who's familiar with that, straight off 22nd and Melvine, and that's where it all started from. I had a big grill. I met a guy off of 38th and Berlin named Elijah. He's a grill maker, probably a master grill maker. And he was making grills one day. I happened to drive past and introduce myself to him and tell him, I wanted to barbecue. And he was making a bunch of grills, and I got privileged enough to buy one grill from him, a 55-gallon drum. And that's when all the magic happened. It would just start going crazy, and I was just barbecuing and stuff from there. Then I came back and bought a double barrel. He had two 55-gallon drums welded in one. I had bought that from him. And then around my birthday, my mother, Delcy Ann Hankins, rest in peace, my little heart and soul there, she had bought me a trailer grill from him. So I pretty much had almost every grill this man did made. Only one I didn't have was he had a rotisserie grill, which I didn't know anything about rotisserie at the time, but I wish I would have bought that rotisserie grill because, that seems to make a life a little easier. You don't have to really check on stuff as much as you do here with a lot of these other grills, but it's all good. So did that for a while. Then I was always in the restaurant business as a store manager. So I've been doing that for 27 years. So I've been involved in that, and I was always kind of jumping rope, going in and out, in and out, in and out of the barbecue business and the restaurant business. For some odd reason, I really didn't believe in the gift I had, which everybody told me just how great I barbecued and the gift and stuff I had to barbecue. But I just also knew that I was also very good in the restaurant business, and just always looking for that guaranteed buck. For some odd reason, I didn't think this was going to be guaranteed. But everybody has a different journey, and everybody's route is not the same. And my route had to take me through a lot of ups and downs and obstacles and things like that. I kind of went through quite a few jobs at the time, but what I didn't realize is them jobs was really preparing me for what I'm doing right now. And I learned a lot of different techniques and processes and procedures, and really understood the business of talking about time and temperature, and really, 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 really perfected it because I was a really, really successful restaurant manager, but I was always kind of up and down and always trying to figure out what I wanted to do because I wasn't really clear. In 2015, I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, where I decided I'm going to move to Atlanta. And I'm just going to leave everything that I love behind. And I'm going to go out and I'm going to find myself and figure these things out of what I want to do. Before I went down to Atlanta, I had picked up a job at a Taco Bell down there, and I started working in the restaurant field. Kind of was feeling like leaving barbecue alone because I had nothing to really barbecue with. I really didn't have that urge to do anything in terms of barbecue. I just kind of want to get down there and I just started working because we had some money saved up, and we didn't have no time to be waiting around for one of us to get a job and start getting to it. So that's what I did. We got me a job, started doing the restaurant business again, started off at the Crystals and doing this, doing that. And I met this wonderful lady named Miss Lee, and messing with Miss Lee, talking to her and learning from her. When I was working at Crystal, she started talking about barbecue, and I started talking about how I barbecue and how I do this and do that. I'm pretty good at it, XYZ. And she kind of just challenged me, wanted me to, if I was really that good, she wanted to taste my food and see what was going on. So that's how that itch kind of came back with the barbecue thing. And I was really, really grateful. Now I'm really, really grateful that she did that, because it really opened up a different side of me that I didn't really know I had to do. You know what I'm saying? What I really had in me to do. I apologize. So I went to Walmart one time. I got this little grill. It's like a little smoker thing. It had 3 racks in it. It was kind of small or whatever have you. And I started messing around with the barbecue. I started back barbecuing. I made some chicken and stuff for her, and it was just really, really, really good. And she quite enjoyed it, so it kind of gave me that itch back. Um, and I make my own seasonings and sauces and stuff now. But how the seasoning came about was one day, girlfriend asked me to make her some lamb chops. I'm like, lamb chops? I'm like, I ain't never made no lamb chops. I was like, how you season them? How you go about doing that? So what I did was we had a Kroger's right around the corner. I just like, okay, well, I kind of went to Kroger's, and I was a very basic seasoned guy, seasoned salt, pepper, garlic powder, very, very, very basic. It wasn't really took too much to me. When I was using my barbecue, I was getting some barbecue rub off barbecuerub.com. They got some rub on there, which is just truly amazing. I started buying that, and I was using that for my barbecue rub. So I really wasn't using a different type of seasoning for anything. So then I went to Kroger's, kind of stood in that aisle, and I was looking at all these seasons they had on the aisle. And I was like, man, that's a whole lot of stuff to choose from. Like, what do I use? Like, I know a little bit I watched on TV. It's little aromatics. You might need some rosemary, thyme, but I didn't know nothing about that. I didn't know what that stuff tastes like. So I was like, you know what? I don't know. I kind of just closed my eyes and said a little prayer, asked God to kind of just show me and tell me what I need to do. And I just went to here, got this, got that, got this ingredient, got that ingredient, got that ingredient, got that ingredient. Came back home and was like, what the heck I'm gonna do with this? Like, I don't even know how much to use or XYZ. And I just continued to follow what he told me to do. I kind of made it up together. I seasoned up them lamb chops. I put them on the grill, brought them off the grill. And man, it was truly amazing. Midst of that time too, my father was a barbecuer as well, and he had this mop sauce. So in the midst of this little mop sauce, I just kind of made that as well and started working on perfecting that. So now I had I call it right now, it's my all-purpose season. So I use my all-purpose season, and I had some mop sauce that I was trying to perfect for my daddy, because he had a little flavor that I couldn't, on his meat, I couldn't repeat. So I kind of put my own stuff together now, but I think it's pretty dang on good myself. So I started doing that, just started cooking. And kind of fast forward, say about 2000, I was about 15, so about 2018, maybe end of 18 to 19. I guess I got a little homesick or whatever had you, and stuff was going on with my kids and stuff like that. Kids missing me, I'm missing the kids. XYZ. I kind of backtracked. It was like 13 years, and I started back smoking some weed and doing that. So girlfriend used to always trip off me like, what is you doing? You down there thinking you some type of visionary or whatever had you. For some odd reason, I thought it had me just seeing things. But what it did do is it helped me come up with Donnie Ray's Barbecue. It made me come to a point where I was like, if I truly want this and I want to do this, I need to put my name on it. I need to claim it. And God to give it to me. And he allowed me to do this. So I came up with the Donnie Ray's Barbecue. I came up with a plan about what I was going to do when I came back home, even though there were some questions about why I'm going back home. Had this big old house down here in Georgia and this, that, and the other, but I just wasn't happy in terms of the things that was going on in Georgia and situations and being away from my kids and watching them struggle. And as a father, it is hard to sit there and watch your kids struggle. So I made a hard decision and I came back to Milwaukee. So in 2019, I came and formed the LLC for Donnie Ray's Barbecue, and I kind of been on it again and just been doing it. But at the same time, I've been a restaurant manager, and I knew I can always go somewhere and get a job as a restaurant manager. So I started, and I always worked like a Domino's and stuff like that, and McDonald's, a bunch of places. So I came back I think at the time I got back to Domino's, I'm not really 200% sure. Started working again, and then I started working. I started doing this restaurant thing. I get so dedicated and so strong up on the restaurant thing, I kind of forget about everything else. And that's kind of been my problem. Teeter-totting back and forth from the restaurant business into my own personal business. So I just went through that for a while, kind of went through the struggles of that and trying to figure it out. Did some catering jobs, did some real big jobs. Catered for the Minnesota National Guard when I first came back in 2019. Did a bunch of stuff, I've been doing stuff like for Chick-fil-A, um, uh, um, Northwestern Mutual, just getting a lot of big jobs just out of nowhere, just praying and just asking God to lead me and guide me and let me know if this is really what I need to do. And that's exactly what he did. And I just been continuing to keep doing this and doing this. And as of now, it was on me so tough. I was also being successful at the moment as a restaurant manager and things was going so good. But it felt like God was just telling me it was time for me to go. He was like really kicking me out the door of the restaurant and wanted me to have more confidence and faith in myself and my abilities and go out here and start selling food like I'm supposed to full time and just trust the fact that I can do it. So right now, that's exactly what I'm doing. Just want to say, if you put your mind to it, you can possibly do anything. I'm a gentleman that had very low self-esteem in terms of making decisions because I made a lot of bad decisions over the time. So anytime it comes to make a big decision, I get very nervous and it'd be hard for me to just trust myself and believe in me that I can get it done. But in the midst of this last run at Domino's, I kind of went into it and was like, you know what? I'm going to trust my process. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to finally decide to trust me in what I do. And I did that, and it was just unbelievable, the amount of success and stuff I had. But over the time, the stress level and things like that, it was just becoming too much for me. And I was trying to hang on, but it was getting worse and worse and worse. But I think that was just God telling me it's time to go and it's time to move. If you don't move now, you're not gonna never move. I kind of felt like they'd find me somewhere laid out somewhere because my stress level was so high. I was working so much, I wasn't getting no sleep. I was so stressed out that I felt like I'd have found myself laid out somewhere. But by the grace of God, he always saved me and always have mercy on me. In the midst of my struggles, in the midst of my battles, even though a lot of times I feel like I don't deserve it. But he gave me another chance and opened up the door for me to do what I'm doing now. So that's why I'm here. Just kind of want to tell y'all a little bit about my story. I'm gonna keep y'all informed because I'm not ashamed of who I am and what I've been through, and I think sometimes this is a good platform just to let it out and let people know kind of what's going on because my testimony might can help somebody else. In the midst of all that, man, I tried to commit suicide and all kind of stuff. Was willing to quit and willing to give up, but I didn't quit and I didn't give up. And I just thank God so much that I didn't, because the peace and happiness I was looking for a long time, I feel like I finally is getting now. Is it tough? You got to work. You got to do this. Yes. It's going to be obstacles. Yes. Is it going to be? Yes. But when you're doing what you love to do, it doesn't feel like work, and it's also teaching me how to depend on myself and trust myself because it's just me. I don't have a big team. God ain't blessed me with the team yet to come along with me and help me on this journey. When he's ready for me to have it, he would give it. But right now, I'm just on a mission by myself, doing the best I can, sharing this love, doing what I do at the best of my ability, and I love every moment of it. Do I get weak sometimes and have certain thoughts about certain stuff? Yes, but all I'm gonna do is just trust God and trust in me, and I'm gonna keep it going. So just keep your eye on me. I'm a process. I'm a work in progress, I would say. That's what I was trying to say. And just keep working with me. I'm gonna keep give y'all content. I'm gonna keep showing you what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep growing and I'm gonna keep development because that's where I'm from. And I'm gonna show y'all what I got, and hopefully, by me sharing my story or showing what I'm doing, might can help and motivate somebody else. But thank you so much for listening to me. I appreciate you. This your boy Donnie Ray. Peace. I'm out.